Madam Mayor, it is 6:06 and we are live.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the regular City Commission meeting of Tuesday, October 17th, 2023. Madam Clerk, could we have a roll call, please?
Madam Mayor, it is 6:06. Mayor Betty Rash,
Here?
Vice Mayor Christopher McVoy,
Here.
Commissioner Sarah Maliga,
Present.
Commissioner Kimberly Stokes,
Here.
Commissioner Ronaldo Diaz.
Here.
Thank you. Okay, the invocation will be led by Commissioner Malega.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. As we all know, there's troubling times worldwide right now. And every morning that I wake up, I'm grateful for another day here on this earth. But there are some who are a lot less fortunate than we are here on Lake Worth Beach. And I just want us to be mindful that when somebody is angry or somebody isn't polite to you, just be mindful that they may have other things going on that we don't even have the capacity to wrap our heads around. So let us just be graceful with each other and kind and give each other a little leeway in this horrible time that's going on in the world. Thank you.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. I keep moving my chair. Okay, are there any additions, deletions, or reordering?
I have none, Madam Mayor.
You have none, I have none, anybody?
I have maybe a request. If we have it already printed out, the American Indian Heritage Month, I would like to read that along with the Guatemalan.
So you want to take consent E off?
If we have it printed out in front of you.
I don't know if we do or not. Let's see. We
Yeah.
don't.
That's okay.
Okay. All right. So having none, all in favor of approving the agenda?
Wait,
Right.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
But you will.
I will. I have it printed because I'm a.
Oh, okay, great.
Okay, so we are moving the American Heritage Proclamation from item E to presentation G.
G, correct.
Okay.
There you go. Okey doke. So now, do I have
We
a
do
motion?
need a vote.
I was just gonna ask for a motion.
Did,
What?
just for clarity, did you want it to be read together with the Guatemalan one? You mentioned G or?
No, it's G. It's number G.
Well, I mean, the reason why I wanted to pull it is just because I feel like it's really very much related to that proclamation. So if we could do it before, even just relatively quick.
So we'll make
It's a
it,
small thing, but
so we'll make it C, and then C will be D, D will be E, E will be F, and F will be G. So it will
Thank
be
Thank you, Madam Mayor.
C. Okay, so as we have now amended the agenda, do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Thank you very much. Okay, presentations. I'm looking for Ms. Gupta. Anya Gupta, is she on Zoom? Yes, I see her. Ms. Gupta?
Hi.
Hi, you want to join us? Can we see you?
Yes, I will join us.
Okay, thank you. I recently got an email from this young lady who is very involved in ecology and saving the planet. She's an 8th grader from Boca, and she asked if we would read this proclamation. And I said it would be nice for her. There she is. Hi.
Hi.
There, and I thought it'd be nice for her to hear that her words are actually being put into action. So I'm going to go ahead and read your proclamation, Anya.
Okay.
Whereas International E-Waste, now this is electronic waste, is an annual awareness raising campaign aimed to highlight the growing issue of electronic waste and promote responsible e-waste management. And whereas Lake Worth Beach recognizes the importance of protecting and preserving our natural resources and works to make a better place by adopting conscientious living habits that will improve our daily lives and bring about a cleaner, safer, and healthy environment. And whereas Lake Worth Beach has undertaken many positive and successful waste reduction programs that have helped make Lake Worth Beach one of Florida's recycling leaders. However, we can further reduce electronic waste, e-waste, and recycle even more electronics. And whereas, although there has been a significant increase in the amount of recycling in Lake Worth Beach, we must continue to focus on other electronic waste initiatives such as electronic waste reduction, electric waste collection events, electronic waste educational materials for our community, the reuse of electronic products and materials, and purchasing recycled or post-consumer electric products and packaging. And whereas, by encouraging businesses, state agencies, nonprofit organizations, schools, and individuals to celebrate International E-Waste Day, we can further promote electronic recycling as an environmentally efficient and economically smart way of life. And whereas local community leaders can help encourage recycling by informing citizens about the importance of buying recycled electronic products, they can also help foster greater awareness of the need to expand collection programs for recyclable goods and materials by promoting the benefits of recycling and investments for businesses. Whereas it's important that all Lake Worth Beach residents become involved in e-waste recycling activities and learn more about the many recycled products and packaging available to them as consumers, it is also fitting for Lake Worth Beach to celebrate National E-Waste Day to help ensure a safe and healthy environment and improved quality of life for present and future generations. Now, therefore, I, Betty Resch, Mayor of the City of Lake Worth Beach, Florida, by virtue of the authority vested in me and on behalf of the City Commission, do hereby proclaim October 14th, 3 days ago, as International E-Waste Day, in witness whereof I have hereto set my hand and caused the seal of the City of Lake Worth Beach, Florida, to be affixed the 17th day of October, 2023. And Anya, I just want to commend you for the future is the young people. And I want to commend you to keep working for this. We will send you this original proclamation to you. And let us know what's going on if you have any other events. Thank you so much for your involvement. Really, thank you.
Thank you so much.
It's good to see the young ones do good things. Okay.
Yeah.
Next up, Mr. McVoy wants to read his proclamation.
Thank you. We're going to do this a little bit differently than usual. I'll read the proclamation in a minute, but before that, we are going to have the Princesas Maya from organizations here in Lake Worth, and will join us. Each year, there are two organizations, the Guatemala Maya Center and the Maya Ikbalam, are both cultural organizations, service organizations, and they both have a process for electing a princesa, Princess Maya, each year. Usually there are 3 or 4 or 5 candidates that apply. They often do quite a bit of preparation, working on knowing more of their family background, if they don't already, working on the languages. Some of you may know that Guatemala has 22 active languages, 3 more that are almost disappeared, but and none of those, except one, have anything to do with Spanish. They're completely unrelated. It's a very different culture, and not all of them are mutually able to communicate across those languages either. So it's a very, as I was looking at, some culturally rich part of the world and linguistically rich. So I'd like, with that, let's see if
He's going to do this all in 10 minutes.
And with that, I would like to recognize the two princesses and give you just a little of where they represent. From the Guatemalan Maya Center, Princessa Jennifer Lucas Lopez, who is representing San Pedro Solomon and speaks Conjoval. The other four candidates were Mirali Domingo Cardenas from Jacaltenango, who speaks Popti, Flor de Maria Perez Mendez, who represents Colotenango and speaks Mam, Joana Lopez Augustin, who speaks Conjoval and represents San Juan Ixcoy, Cynthia Perez Jimenez, who speaks Mam and represents El Ildefonso Ixtahuacan. From the Grupo Maya Ikbalam, the princesa is Angelina Marcos Sebastian from Santa Cruz Barillas, speaks Conjobal, and the other three candidates are Ana Velasco Perez from Santa Maria Nebaj, speaks Ixil, Caterina Maria Aguirre Aquiteco is the language she speaks, from San Miguel Acatan and San Rafael La Independencia, and finally Silvia Aguilar speaks Mam from San Pedro Necta. And I thank them and their families for being here, and our very talented city clerk's office for helping make this happen under a good deal of pressure. Not hers, but mine. And with that, I'll read the proclamation. Whereas on 20 October 1944, a group of university students, workers, farmers, teachers, and young military personnel defeated the repressive administration of General Jorge Ubico Castaneda, the last of a series of dictators who had ruled Guatemala since 1871. This group followed the heroic example of Tecún Uman, one of the last rulers of the Quiché Maya people, who in 1524 died fighting the Spaniards in the Battle of El Pinar near Quetzaltenango, becoming a national Guatemalan hero. The Guatemalan Revolution that initiated the 10 years of spring, 1944 to 1954, continues to influence life in Guatemala to this day. The Guatemalan 10 years of spring in 1944 witnessed the first truly free democratic process in Guatemala, electing President Dr. Juan Jose Arevalo Bermejo, a professor of education and philosophy. And whereas President Arevalo's administration focused on labor reform, education, a new constitution, and formation of a national system of social security, with one result being a dramatic increase in national literacy between 1944 and 1954. Whereas in continued majority support of the Guatemalan Revolution, Colonel Jacobo Arbenz Guzman was elected president in 1950 through free and fair elections, although with the exception illiterate female voters were not allowed to vote. Whereas agrarian reform was a major focus of President Arbenz's administration, leading to increased agricultural production, improved living standards for previously landless Mayan families, and compensation to former landowners at their own self-declared tax value of the property. Whereas the histories of Guatemala and the United States are closely intertwined, and increased awareness of these histories is beneficial to all. And whereas in Lake Worth Beach, the Guatemalan Maya Center and the organization Maya Ikbalam, along with nationally the organization Amencio Samuel Villatoro, work actively to foster pride in Guatemalan culture, customs, and accomplishments for younger generations. And whereas Guatemalan American families in Lake Worth Beach are committed to maintaining both Guatemalan and American cultures and to promoting cultural interchange. And whereas, as proud men and women, Guatemalan Americans seek to participate and contribute to the social, educational, professional, and political advancement of the United States of America. And whereas the Guatemalan American community has long hoped for the creation of a day of recognition, El Día del Guatemalteco, or Guatemala Day, to acknowledge the contributions and value of their culture and to pass these forward with pride to future generations. Therefore, I, Betty Resch, Mayor of the City of Lake Worth Beach, Florida, by virtue of the authority vested in her and on behalf of the City Commission, do hereby proclaim October 20, 2023 as El Dia del Guatemalteco in the city of Lake Worth Beach. In witness whereof she is hereunto set her hand and caused the seal of the city of Lake Worth Beach, Florida, to be affixed the 17th day of October, 2023.
Wow, thank you. That is lovely. I went to at Bryant Park, they had the day, and it's just
Yeah.
gorgeous. Beautiful things. And it's wonderful that we live in a diverse city where all cultures can be celebrated. Thank you for coming tonight, and you look beautiful, ladies. You look very beautiful. Thank you so much.
You wanna go first? You could do it in Spanish, then I'll do it in English. Are you doing it first? Sanjoval, and yeah, and
Princesses. Right. We're gonna have a word from the princesses. Excuse me.
it's just. Good evening, everyone. I am Angelina Marco Sebastian, current princess 2023 to 2024 here in Lake Worth. On behalf of the Mayan community, I am truly grateful for all of your support. It helps us keep our culture alive. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good evening to everyone, audience, commissioners. Thank you for having me here tonight. I am very grateful to show my Mayan culture to everybody and to keep our culture alive to here today and for longer, hopefully. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Buenas tardes, Irish Masanil, Invia to Jennifer Lukashlo, Lanan Hain Trohanaho Hinkonop, Al Centro Maya, Yukwal Dios.
Now, what language was that?
Kanjobal,
Panibal?
Kanjobal.
Panjobal. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
There.
Would you like to do the same?
Try Dr. Masanil, Invia Shulkurin Shapin, Chincho Roelo Koro Maya Kanjobal, Yukwal Dios Ayers Yu. Cheia Yip Ko Peibal, Yukwal Dios.
Thank you. Is the third lady gonna speak? No? Is the silent partner. Thank you very much. Love you. That was lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you all for coming and for enriching our city.
Okay,
Yeah.
next up, not. Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I wanted to pull this one because it is very much related, and I think it's always important to look at our Central American community as the Native and American Indians as they are, and so the timing is just perfect. And I kind of want to take a moment. This is no surprise to the staff, but been working with the GMC staff to fund and cover the expenses for their signage because, as you know, they have a really have a really nice spot finally that's has a good amount of space, and it's kind of at the entrance of one of our main entrances of our city. So I really wanted it to be something special and stands out because even though I'm not Mayan, if anyone's checking in El Salvador, we're mostly Lenca and Pipil, but so we're neighbors, not totally Mayan. And GMC just does so much for all of our Central American communities, and I'm just happy to be able to be up here and represent our community in some small way as best as I can. And with that, I'll read this nicely short proclamation. Whereas the history and culture of our great nation have been significantly influenced by the American Indians and indigenous peoples. And whereas the contributions of American Indians have enhanced the freedom, prosperity, and greatness of America today. And whereas their customs and traditions are respected and celebrated as part of a rich legacy throughout the United States. And whereas Native American Awareness Week began in 1976 and recognition was expanded by Congress and approved by President Bush in August 1990, designating the month of November as North American Indian Heritage Month. Now, therefore, she, Betty Resch, Mayor of City of Lake Worth Beach, Florida, by virtue and authority vested in her and on behalf of the City Commission, do hereby proclaim November 2023 as National American Indian Heritage Month and urge all residents to observe this month with appropriate programs, ceremonies, and activities. In witness whereof, I have the hereunto set my hand and cause the seal of the City of Lake Worth Beach, Florida to be affixed the 17th day of October, 2023. Thank you. And Maria, I hope to have an update for you by the end of the week on that check. So thank you, Sylvina.
Okay. We are now about to celebrate one of our own. It is with great pride that I am going to be our next presentation. Our own Melissa Ann Coyne, our city clerk, is going to be presented with the Master Municipal Clerk designation, a hard-fought accomplishment. And here to bestow that is the town clerk of, you told me.
Gulfstream.
Ocean Ridge, right?
Gulfstream.
Gulfstream.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
And she's going to explain a little bit about how important this is and what this means.
I am. Mayor Resch, members of the City Commission, town staff, and attendees. Good evening. My name is Renee Basel, and I'm the Florida Association of City Clerks Southeast Director. I also serve as president of the Palm Beach County Municipal Clerks Association, and I'm currently the town clerk of Gulfstream. It is with great pleasure that I appear here this evening to congratulate your city on the recent accomplishment of your town clerk, Melissa Coyne, upon receiving her Master Municipal Clerk, or MMC as we call it, designation. The International Institute of Municipal Clerks and its partner, the Florida Association of City Clerks, are professional associations that promote continuing education and certification through university and college-based institutes. IIMC's primary goal is to actively promote the continuing education and professional development of municipal clerks through extensive education programs, certification, publications, networking across the globe, annual conferences, and research. FACC's primary goal is to actively promote the continuing education and professional development of municipal clerks in the state of Florida by partnering with the Florida League of Cities and the Florida Institute of Government to meet the ever-changing educational needs of city and town clerks and to improve their knowledge in areas such as public administration, law, management, elections, public records, and many other disciplines. currently only 10% or 1,404, Melissa is the 4, of the 14,755 members of the International Institute of Municipal Clerks have attained the Master Municipal Clerk designation. To achieve this designation, the first step is becoming a certified municipal clerk, which Melissa was, through the completion of the International Institute of Municipal Clerks approved Municipal Clerks Institute conducted by the John Scott Daly Florida Institute of Government through the Florida State University in Tallahassee. This is your time to say go Knowles if you are a fan. This program provides 120 student instructor contact hours of in-depth courses in managerial and leadership skills, social and interpersonal concerns, and technical training needed to deal with changes taking place in government today. However, true professionals never want to rest on their success, but instead keep reaching higher. The Master Municipal Clerk Academy was established to further professional education of city clerks and to meet the challenges of the office. Academy members must demonstrate they have engaged in educational and professional participation that keeps them current with the changing events in the local government scene. Academy members seeking to earn the Master Municipal Clerk designation are required to attain 168 hours in advanced education with 80% coursework in public admin and 20% in electives and attain 20 points in professional and social contributions, to include attendance at professional meetings and conferences and honors and awards received for specific individual achievements. In total, Melissa has taken 288 hours to achieve her MMC. This is quite a task considering the daily demands of the clerk's office. Melissa is now part of an elite group of professionals in local government, a group she could not have become part of without your commitment to support her efforts. In light of the speed and drastic nature of change these days, lifelong learning is not only desirable, it is essential to keep pace with growing demands and changing needs of the citizens that we serve. Your town can now take immense pride in Melissa's educational accomplishments and achievement of this significant milestone. Finally, Melissa, on behalf of the Florida Association of City Clerks President, Board of Directors, Professional Education Committee, and the Southeast District and our association members, we are all so very proud of you. Please join me in congratulating Melissa Ann Coyne on her impressive accomplishment as one of our newest Master Municipal Clerks. Well done.
Yay, Melissa.
Going that way. We need to get.
Esa es mi suegra. You don't have to go. We're gonna have Melissa stand up.
No.
If you're looking at the back of somebody's head. Ready to go, girl. You have a fight? You did so good.
Melissa, go, oh, I should get down from that.
Vertically challenged.
And let's get one with her staff.
Shayla just ran. I'll come up. Give me a second.
I know, come on up. While she's coming,
I have my, oh, it's not, it is.
It's on.
While Shayla comes upstairs, I'll start my 1 hour speech. So I want to thank
TikTok,
my
Miss-
family, my daughter and my bonus son, my son-in-law came in from California, and my brother and my sister. Thank you so much for always supporting me. Thanks to the city also for supporting continuing education. Can you open that? And especially Carmen for allowing me to go to conferences and do my classes and whatnot. 10 years ago, I was shelving books for minimum wage at the Delray Library.
Wow.
And now I'm the city clerk, and I have to say, I am very proud of myself. So stick with it. I love working for the city, and I'm very proud to be the city clerk. And if you want to know what the city clerk office does, stop by, call us. We will show you. And also, last but not least, I want to thank my staff, my fabulous staff, B, Wanda, and Shayla.
Yep.
We work really well together, and I look forward to coming to work every day. Thank you.
Thank you. And you picked a fabulous city to work for. That's just all I have to say.
Okay.
And it's so nice to meet your family. Thank you for coming down. Over wherever you are. Well, we're down. We're down. Okay, I'm gonna scoop down so I don't get these to see you. I'm trying to hide, Mark. You did. You did.
Again.
One word from Melissa.
I'm so proud of you, Melissa.
Go have a nice dinner. Good.
Oh, is that our cue?
Yep.
That's our cue.
Our feelings don't get hurt.
It was fun.
Nice to meet you, really. So nice to meet everybody. Yep.
Have a good night. Good night. Good night.
And now. Not for this woman, not for this woman. Now we're gonna have a presentation. I'm telling you, it's a big night. We have tonight our own district chief, our beloved fire chief. Who's gonna give us our report?
Thank you.
Mr. Jeremiah?
Good evening, commissioners. Good evening. Jamie, assistant manager, and where was I?
You got to talk in the microphone so everybody at home can hear you and introduce yourself.
That's right. I'm so sorry. Hi, good evening again. Thank you. Geraldine, District Chief for Battalion 3, which covers the city of Lake Worth. And we actually serve the municipalities from Palm Beach County Fire Rescue, but we have a couple stations here with you guys. So actually more than a couple stations. So I'm going to go ahead and start before this thing is like right on top of me. Oh,
It needs to be.
there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Perfect. So I'm going to start. I know as long as you guys know the firefighters, one of the main things they would do is equipment and training. Because in order to fight fire, we're going to need all the machines and stuff like that. So in order for me to let you guys understand what the good news that I have for you guys is equipment. You guys can hear me over there?
Yep.
Kimberly Reed. All right. So I'm going to start first of all, because I don't think none of you guys know the Palm Beach County Fire Rescue serving the city of Lake Worth. We are currently first in the county, and we've been first in the county. And now, as long as we've been in the county and the role of giving whole blood. You guys probably don't know, but I'll explain to you guys real quick. So, whole blood has never been on pre-hospital settings. That's pretty much been a job for the military. So when they're in combat, they actually have whole blood, human blood, and they can start IVs. And when there's somebody with severe trauma, they can actually give the human blood. But we are one of the first leading departments giving this whole blood. And you own EMS 91 here, sitting on that station, is actually one of the ones that have the most use of whole blood on the field and the most saves. And it's right here on this station. And in case you guys, I'm sure you guys have heard of sirens,
Yeah.
and our sirens never stop. So we are a really busy city. And it's continually growing. So I just wanted to let you guys know, eventually I would like to invite every single one of you to have a PowerPoint given by the person who actually gives the blood. I will try to have them here because it's a little bit complicated. So I don't want to really take the 10 minutes that I have. I mean, I could take more, but I don't want to. I just wanted to let you guys know that. So the whole blood is one of the most important things we have done. And we have given so much and it's been successful that now almost everybody's inquiring about it. So it's really, really one of the services we provided. Now, going back to equipment, I'm sure that you guys have seen our training that we have had on the pier. We just finished one of our trainings, which is the water rescue and ocean rescue. And some of you wanted to jump and we couldn't. Don't worry, we still have a chance. We have a chance, and I will promise you, we want to do it, we'll make it happen. But that training was initiated because seeing the need for ocean rescue and stuff, we started doing a program which we put the 2 jet skis on the city of Lantana. There's no preference or location for cities. It's just the best station to deploy these jet skis. But they are serving the city of Lake Worth. And on this city of Lake Worth, we pretty much serve everything from we have 2 jet skis on that station, and we pretty much cover everything from the coastals to the beaches to the intercoastal to the waterways. And I'm sure you guys have heard of all the calls that we have had. Also in mutual aid with Boynton Beach to have the jet skis. So now we have our own to assist. So it's a big thing for us. We just finished that training. Now, on one of the trainings we're doing, after finish that, we are starting currently, we having a training, which is the dive rescue training. And this is a very important training for us too, because we have the special ops teams. So those special ops teams have the equipment to do the rescues here. But all of our units have divers, which is, for level 1 entry. So we don't really go on there with tanks. This is with tanks and stuff to conduct rescues. Right now, it's been currently being provided. And it's a lot of equipment. It's a lot of logistics. It's a lot of hours in training on the sun, firefighters, moving trucks. I mean, that's what we constantly do. It's training, to stay up with the equipment, the technology, the hazards, the dangers. So it's constantly doing, what do we need? What can we get ahead? How are we going to train our people? So on top of running the calls, that's what we do. It's training. That's happening right now on the Boynton Beach Inlet. Training. On part of that training, another thing that I wanted to tell you guys is, besides having that the training and stuff, we also added just this year another rescue truck. You guys know, we just added another rescue truck. So I was waiting to come and do my presentation. That station is loaded with rescue trucks, engines, and stuff. It's one of the biggest stations right here, and we have so many firefighters ready to respond. And to the city's growing, like I said, some of the, the challenges that we have is a lot of festivals and stuff, and it was just trying to catch up, and we actually find it. So it's helping our firefighters to give them a little bit of, wow, we can breathe and not constantly being hammered. But at the same time, our response times have completely helped us out, So we just added that. We had 3 extra people. Please come by. I would love to see every single one of you. You guys can see the amount of firefighters that sit down on the table now. It's crazy.
Funny.
But we have that truck. So I actually have to give up my bay where I used to park. You guys see my truck there? I have to park now on the street because we have the space now for that truck. So it's a happy time to give up the bay. I don't know when it was so quiet. By the way, if everybody can hear me still? Yeah. Okay, good. I don't have my glasses, so I'm skipping through things, by the way, because with my glasses, I can't see anything. That's one of the things that we added to. Another thing that I wanted to tell you, our department just got an $8 million grant, which is going to add another firefighter on our aerial trucks. 4. Yes, which we have one right now, the service, but it's a 75-foot. Just got approved for a 100-footer. I know it's excited for us.
Yeah.
I know. So we have approved, we're working really hard. I'm chair of the committee right now for the aerial, putting some of the stuff, and it's going to be serving our city.
Wow.
We have a lot of setbacks and a lot of issues, and setbacks for us is the way our apparatus moves. They're so large that in order for us to get in, we need more reach. So if there was a fire or a rescue or something, we have bigger ladder we can reach. And I know I'm trying to explain it on terminology that's not boring, but I'm excited.
We are too.
I know.
Yeah.
So we're excited because it's something that it's very helpful for our rescues and stuff. So we're really excited that we're gonna have 4-man and 4 firefighter and ladders, which is huge because it's a lot of money. So we are going to have it. Station 35 is serving you guys here. I currently did a lot of purchase of equipment, and this equipment, I'll try to explain to you guys. This equipment has been an upgrade because it is money. This equipment is a type of equipment for extrication, like the jaws of life. As a matter of fact, I was here on one of the meetings and an accident happened and I have to run, and a car was overturned and I was in the car. We used them. And I don't want to say the name of it because I'm not here to promote. I'm just here to give you guys pretty much saying, hey, we have this equipment now, and I was able to put him on every engine that covers our area. And they help with extrication. The upgrade is currently it's used on a very difficult and technical accidents to rescue victims that they're trapped. So this equipment is very expensive. I was able to put it on every engine. And so the guys and the girls are really happy, and they're very versatile, and they're training really hard, and they actually have worked, So it's making extrication of patients faster for us. Every time we can do that, I get happy. We recently conducted also a training that is for active shooters. And what we did was with PVSO, we've been conducting a lot of trainings together. By the way, Commissioner Malaga was able to go through a real one. Thank God nothing really happened, but it was the real thing. So it's paying off. We're doing it, and we're doing it because we need to. It's helping us communicate better on scenes. I actually had another long scene not a little while ago on Manalapan. So these trainings are important. It's letting us know face to face what we do need to do. And I actually speak more slowly on scenes than here, believe it or not. Yes. And you can understand me better too.
Yes, we can.
Yeah. So it's helping us build the confidence, build the training. Actually, Lieutenant Matt Lamino over there. So we're working really well together, and that's very important for all of us, What did I say? Just jumping here. Okay. Sorry. No, yeah. So the active training. This is a very important one for me. Our battalion, our district, City of Lake Worth, just for the past 3 months, and I don't want to say 4 because I know it's going to be 4, we have had 100% and excellent in achieving customer satisfaction. That's unheard of. I mean, 100% in the past 4 months, every month we have sent it. So I know our firefighters are out there, working really hard, but also I know they encounter, people, they're not so nice sometimes, and they're going through stress and they're going through all the personal issues. And even then they still have given us customer service. So I'm very proud of my guys. I wish I can give them, something on every day. But very proud. And I just wanted to mention that because I know they work really hard on that. So I'll give them that. The 100-foot aerial, just to tell you coming. And also too, we just got the delivery is going to be, or it is happening right now, of 2 brand new Leonardo helicopters.
Really?
Yes. That is huge because we have two Trauma Hawks right now. I don't know if you guys have ever been or have the chance to be on the bay of the Trauma Hawks. These ones are just, the technology is incredible, and they are going to be faster, and they're going to be, the training is going to be, it's massive. So we're going to have the other Trauma Hawk as a backup. So those are two very important things that serve our communities, not just here, but everywhere. Oh, thank you. Look at that. Oh my God. May I? Yes, this is so you guys can see the new choppers. There's two of them. And with that, I think I took more time than I wanted to say. I wanted to say with all this equipment, it's easier for me to tell you guys and explain. And it's not just about spending money, it's how we utilize this equipment, the resources we have, and how we utilize them. And like I said, we all work as a team, all the 50 stations and stuff. But if you guys want to know more, I would love to, if you guys want to schedule a ride along with me, any one of you.
Yeah. What I asked for.
So I have the district chief, the district chief who is in charge of that, of the special ops and stuff. I will talk to him and schedule it with him. Yes, and now you guys can go over there and see how we actually use the equipment. And that way you can tell your constituents the reason why the fire department has to spend, and the reason why we work as a team, and the reason why we're always training. But the reason why we're training is so we can provide and not hesitate and use all the equipment the right way to save seconds, to be better, to get you out of trouble. So, but it's easier when I can tell you guys, hey, let's go for a ride. Let's take you. Let me show you what we do. And it changes your perspective. And now when somebody comes and asks you, the fire department doesn't do, you're like, wait a minute, this is what I know. Let me talk to the chief. And I'm here willing to answer any questions you guys have, anything you guys need. But that's pretty much my report. I hope you guys liked it. No, it's a lot of equipment, but it's a lot of stuff that we use and we like. So I get excited. Thank you so much.
Madam Mayor, can I comment on her report? Since I was just at these helicopters, because I did the first contract for the first helicopters 30 years ago and keep working on them. These are unbelievable. They're probably twice as big as the original ones. And the stretchers, the medics are explaining that they don't have to lift. It just rolls out, wheels go down. So there's less chance of back injury. You're in a stressful situation. So healthcare district, fire rescue, great partnership.
Yeah, and this helicopters, what has made my student, what he's talking about the stretchers is, it used to take so many people to have to carry the stretcher, and the thing,
blades.
the blade. Thank you. 1, 2, the blades. Yeah. So now you can't take my sense of humor away.
Please, I would never try.
Yeah, I know. I gotta put one in there. But yeah, so it takes their backs, it helps with their backs, it uses less personnel, and we can take it 2 more people, So it is incredible. So we don't have to have one land, take off, one land. So, but it's better if you guys will do that. I will schedule the ride-alongs if you guys want to do. I would like for you guys to see the special ops. I would like for you guys to see the training facilities and stuff. And then you can bring it back, and like I said, I'm always available too for any demonstrations or anything like that, or any schools. Am I talking too long? Yes.
We are
Thank you
so
so much.
fortunate to have you as our chief.
Thank you, ma'am.
Really,
Thank you so much.
So fortunate. I
Thank you.
have a special place in my heart for the firefighters. Number one, because my brother retired from this station over here a few years ago on Crazy Sea Shift. And they literally saved my life last summer when I had a pulmonary embolism. I could not breathe. I was dying. And they got there fast, and they just took care of me and got me to the hospital. And the doctors thanked them for how they saved my life. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Magnon. Thank
We
you.
love you. Thank you.
See you.
You want to go in a helicopter? I kind of want to climb that 100-foot ladder.
Well, they have to. They have a day where you can go. I went, but I did not do the training. I forget when that was. And he wants to do that. I want to come and visit. And they put on all the gear and they go through the whole training and they have to climb upstairs, and it's remarkable. I opted not to do that, but you're welcome to do that. And it was very impressive. So we love you. Thank you. Next up, we have me. What a letdown. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. This is two proclamations. One is for City Government Week and, whereas city government is the government closest to most citizens, and we have to remember that, and the one with the most direct daily impact upon our residents. And whereas city government is administered for and by its citizens, and is dependent upon public commitment to and understanding of its responsibilities. And whereas municipal government provides services and programs that enhance the quality of life for residents, making their city their home. And whereas city government officials and employees share the responsibility to pass along their understanding of public services and their benefits. And whereas Florida City Government Week offers an important opportunity for elected officials and city staff to spread the word to all citizens of Florida that they can shape and influence this branch of government. And whereas the Florida League of Cities and its member cities have joined together to teach citizens about municipal government through different projects and information. Now, therefore, I, Betty Resch, Mayor of the City of Lake Worth Beach, Florida, by the virtue of the authority vested in me and on behalf of the City Commission, do hereby proclaim October 16th through the 22nd, 2023 as Florida City Government Week, and encourage all citizens, city government officials, and employees to participate in events that recognize and celebrate Florida City Government Week. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the City of Lake Worth Beach, Florida, to be affixed the 17th day of October, 2023. No music, no dancing. It's your hard act to follow. Whereas, and this is another proclamation. Whereas, communities across America have been plagued by the numerous problems associated with illicit drug use and those that traffic in them. And whereas there is hope in winning the war on drugs, and that hope lies in education and drug demand reduction, coupled with the hard work and determination of many organizations to foster a healthy, drug-free lifestyle. And whereas governments and community leaders know that citizen support is one of the most effective tools in the effort to reduce the use of illicit drugs in our communities. And whereas the red ribbon has been chosen as a symbol commemorating the work of Enrique Kiki Camarena, a Drug Enforcement Administration agent who was murdered in the line of duty, and represents the belief that one person can make a difference. And whereas the Red Ribbon Campaign was established by Congress in 1988 to encourage a drug-free lifestyle and involvement in drug prevention and reduction efforts. And whereas October 23rd to the 31st has been designated National Red Ribbon Week, encouraging Americans to wear a red ribbon to show their support for a drug-free environment. Now, therefore, I, Betty Resch, Mayor of the City of Lake Worth Beach, Florida, by virtue of the authority vested in me and on behalf of the City Commission, do hereby proclaim October 23rd to the 31st, 2023 as Red Ribbon Week, and urge all citizens of the City of Lake Worth, Florida to join me in this special observance. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the City of Lake Worth Beach, Florida to be affixed this 3rd day of October, 2023. Thank you. Okay. Moving right along. That's it. So commission liaison reports and comments. Let's start. Who wants to start? You want to start? Why not?
I'll keep mine pretty brief. I have my Lake Worth Lagoon Steering Committee meeting this week, which I'm looking forward to because we've had a number of conversations with I've had a number of conversations with staff regarding our shorelines and improvements and things like that. One thing I kind of wanted to share is that over the weekend, I missed pre-agenda. Sorry about that. I was deep in the Everglades. I was in the Flamingo, running a retreat, on the board of an organization called Everglades Coalition, which is basically a group of about 60 lobbyists and advocacy and activist groups that work on behalf of the Everglades. We're pretty successful in getting the historic funding from the Biden administration for Everglades restoration projects. But the thing that I wanted to take away is, while we were camping with the mosquitoes and Flamingo, one of the things that we were able to accomplish at our quarterly meeting was come away with our legislative priorities, and obviously the session's about to start. And I was really appreciative that the organizations and the people involved really wanted to have a conversation about home rule. And of course, we have something on the agenda coming up about, there's no nice way to put it. It's really painful. And it's just like incredibly frustrating that we deal with it. And, I don't really have any kind of better news other than the fact that I can point out that at least on that environmental world, people are very conscious, and the conversation was heavily written on as a legislative priority as we go and secure funding for Everglades projects. We should always, in our meetings with every legislator, no matter who, we just kind of stick it in there. Hey, you know what? Whether it's environment, whether we're trying to protect ourselves from things like chemical spraying or whatnot, and everything even beyond environment, of course, the thing that we're going to discuss later on in the meeting, there's no topic, we talk about Florida Government Week and what cities do. There's no topic that isn't touched and affected by home rule. And I think there's, something's got to give. And I think at least lately, it just seems like people are frustrated on both sides, and hopefully, something will change. I mean, yeah, a big thing, there's something I was involved in was the Sackett decision. It was basically the Supreme Court decision involving clean water legislation, and the ruling, the whole basis of that ruling was basically saying no government is better prepared to protect themselves, to do what needs to be done, than the local governments. And it's like, okay, thank you, Supreme Court. So then how come the state disagrees with that? So I think as more things like that are happening, people on both sides, especially in that coalition, are starting to be like, you know what, this is starting to become more of a problem than it needs to be, and let's start pushing back, and hopefully we can make some progress, and hopefully we won't see more of what we're going to have to deal with later on in the agenda. So keep the hopes up. I know you guys do good work for League of Cities, and the tide will change.
Vote.
Commissioner Reagan.
Well, that was a shock. I thought we were on this one.
Oh, then.
That's okay. I'll go quick. So this past Friday was the opening night for Viva La Vida, which is the honoring of the altars that are built honoring those who have passed away. And that's at the Hatch Building. This year was very personal for me, as we had built one for my godson, who is Guatemalan descent. So please take time, come by the Hatch Building. The altars are beautiful. The volunteers, the family have put a lot of time and work into these altars. The Day of the Dead celebration is officially on October 28th from 3 to 10 at the Hatch Building as well. Please come out. We have everything from car shows to musicians to dancers. It's going to be a great activity, and it is free. You don't need a ticket. Please park at the Bohemian. That is not free. Here's my selfish plug. Deco Green, we all went to the Deco Green groundbreaking. That was nice to see that project finally start to take shape, if you will, even though it was a little unorganized with the groundbreaking, it went well. This weekend is the Haunted Holloways at the Osborne Community Center, another free event put on by this weekend. Yep. Friday and Saturday from 6 to 10 at the Osborne Community Center. Thank you to all the amazing staff and volunteers that come out and scare the crap out of us. Again, another free event put on by the great city of Lake Worth Beach and our amazing staff. And on a side note, I just want to say congratulations to our neighbors to the south in the city of Lantana for hearing and listening to their residents and securing their cemetery with a beautiful new fence.
Thank you, Mr. McBoy.
Happy to attend the Deco Green opening also, and pretty amazing to see how far they had gotten in 17 days, 2 weeks. I had gone by there and I thought, wait, this wasn't here this time I was here. They really are going great guns, and they seem to be very organized. So hopefully that will be a good addition to our community. Other than that, I was pretty focused lately on the event that we had earlier, trying to make sure that we reach out to different parts of our community and try to bring them together and honor their contributions and encourage interchange. So that's all I have for the moment.
Okay, thank you. I think Commissioner Stokes is going to pass tonight on comments. So I'm up. A little bit of the legislative update. Sarah, Ms. Milligan, and I are both very involved with Florida League of Cities. We're both on legislative committees. I'm on the Legislative Committee for Community Development and Economic Development and Land Use. And one of the things that we do, we don't just go up there and hang out. We decide as a group, and there's about 50 people in the room when those decisions are made about what are going to be our legislative priorities for this year. And there's a big list to choose from because the legislature, as you know, home rule in this state is really under attack. We came up with two things that we're going to focus on, and then but we have like 4 things that we also need to talk about. But if we have to pick 2 to go and be more specific to the legislature. The one we picked, the first one we picked, is a rough one. It is sovereign immunity. Right now, I believe $250,000, Mr. Torcivia, is it 250 right now? Yeah, is the limit that the city has to spend on a lawsuit. The state legislature wants to increase that, and then last year they wanted to increase it per incident to $2.5 million. It didn't go through. It will bankrupt small cities. You know, for a city that has a lot of extra cash lying around, which I don't think anybody would admit to, it would. If every city is freaking out about this, and there is a big push up there to do that. It hasn't been raised in a while, so that's our first priority because it would kill. I mean, one incident, 2.5 million. We'd be writing bad checks for it, and we just don't have that. So that's number 1. Number 2 is mobility. Last year, we pushed for mobility. We have now undertaken a mobility plan in the city. And I'm learning a lot about mobility plans, and I'm not going to ride a bicycle, but that's okay. Thank you. It's too scary. Yeah, I want those one-wheeled things. But mobility plans, because we are built-out city, so we have a different problem, a different situation than a lot of the other cities. We're not building new roads, but to get people to get around a little bit easier. The city's already talking to a group circuit that operates in West Palm Beach, where it'll be on demand or a route where in our specific area, you can call up and have them come and take you to Publix or take you to the doctor. And it's a great thing. It's working out really well. So those are the 2 that we decide, mobility and sovereign immunity, we decided to go with. But there's also things like they passed a statute last year that if a building official announces or declares a building unsafe, that gives that person, that owner, the permission, whether it's a historic building or not, to demolish that building. Now, let's define unsafe. You know, if a stair is missing and a building official says that's unsafe, there's a lot of room in this one for bad actions on. It encourages landlords not to fix their buildings because if it becomes unsafe, they can tear it down. So it's very problematic and we need to deal with it, but we're going to try to get as much as we can. I was last part of what I did last week was down in Almirada. There's a Florida League of Mayors as well as the Florida League of Cities. And there was an invitation to go down to Almirada to have a little meeting, a little happy hour, actually, which I paid for on my own dime. I stayed in a hotel. I didn't use city money. My sister and I went down and they're having the same problem. And you talk, the keys are so sensitive. Right now, I believe there's a building permit freeze in the keys. You can't build anything. The state legislature is wanting to make them issue 60 building permits. They have no infrastructure, the traffic, the water, there's no space, the sewers, everything. So everybody's freaking out, especially those of us that have water issues. So there's a lot to talk about with that. So I also went to the opening of the Day of the Dead. It was a Saturday, actually. Yeah, it was Saturday. That's okay. It's amazing. It's amazing. If you go down, they're open. The hatch is open now until the 28th, which is the day of the actual event, which the CRA puts on, which is music and car shows and food, and you can buy beautiful things and look at the day that the altars and the Catarinas that are walking around are phenomenal. It was really amazing. So please do that. It is not too late to sign up for Read for the Record. If you haven't done that already, we are still looking. We want to beat Palm Springs. I think we're up to about 26 and Wellington, but especially Palm Springs. They won last year. That's right. So if you're out there in Radio Land, just call the library, ask for Cindy, our librarian, she's organizing it. All we want to do is have as many readers as we can go to one of our schools and she will assign you whatever needs to be done. She will give you a book. It's a very short, adorable book about a young girl. And you go into the schools and you read, and you can read to one class or 8 classes. It doesn't matter. And the more readers and the more children read to, we increase our chances. So I encourage all, especially the commissioners and all of our citizens, to go and read for the record and win.
And it really is, it's very rewarding.
Oh, it's fabulous.
Adorable.
Listen, you walk into a school and you are a rock star. I remember when I was in school, somebody from the outside world came in and read you a story. It's a wonderful experience. I go into the schools as often as I can. Deco Green, our electric utility meeting is scheduled for October 31st, which also happens to be Halloween. Now, I don't know about you folks, but I sit with crayons and candy waiting. We used to have over 100 kids, but now with all the trunk or treat things, it's cut right down. But we have a lot of kids. We have about 30, 40 kids that still come. And I love it because most of the kids, I live right downtown. So most of our kids are little Hispanic, little Guatemalan kids, and they're just adorable. And we love to see them. And I really would rather be there doing that than sitting here talking with all due respect. With all due
Second that
respect.
motion, second that.
Could we move that and maybe incorporate, I don't know how thick the agenda was for the 31st, but could we possibly coordinate, sort of get those two together?
And just
I'm
as
game.
a lead in, I forgot to mention October 27th is Little Stream at Bryant Park.
I'm getting it
Failed, sorry.
because I have a special announcement about that, I have a special place in my heart for that. So if we have a motion to change that. Mr.
Motion to change the meeting from October 31st to whatever other day that staff feels we can move it to.
I will get with the city clerk and we will get a reschedule.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
On the motion, if we need.
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
He's got it. Yeah, we gave him direction. Last but not least, the 27th is the City of Lake Worth Halloween extravaganza in Bryant Park. I think it starts at 6. Yeah, it starts at 6. And it's wonderful. All the neighborhood groups have their trunk or treats. We're giving out ice cream. Other neighborhood associations are giving out candy and different things. Mary Lindsay will be there giving out books. Last year when I went there, you couldn't get near her stand. You could not get near it. So many kids were clamoring for books. And at 7 o'clock, a little plug here, at 7 and 7:45, the Good Witches of Lake Worth Beach will be performing. And we are in dress rehearsal now. We have our next dress rehearsal coming up. It is the most fun, and we would love to see we don't have bad witches in Lake Worth. And I swear to God, I have to say this. It's come back to me that some people think I'm a Wiccan because of this. I'm a good old capitalist person, living in America. And I'm a Lutheran. So it just happens to be the German witch dance, which is where the name came from. And it's a lot of fun. And that, I have to say, that witch dance from last year, we have created a group of over 30 women. And every other month we get together and have a potluck at the library meeting room. And it's one of the things I wanted to accomplish as mayor was to build community, to build connections between people. And this has just inadvertently become the most wonderful. A bunch of us went out to see Barbie and then we went out to dinner. We're planning a bowling night.
But do you use your Ouija boards?
We don't use the Ouija boards. We use our cars, and our cell phones, and we're just normal people having a good time. So 7 and 7:45 on the 27th, please come down and see us. We work very hard on it. And our list is open. If you live in Lake Worth and you want to come meet a bunch of nice women and have potlucks, you're welcome. I think that's all I have.
Did you say 7 and 75? There'll be 2 performances?
2 performances, 7 o'clock and 7:45. And if we are available.
Can be booked.
We can be booked. We have an agent.
The booking agent, I might.
So
Do you have like a tipping jar out that then you dedicate or donate to a nonprofit?
no,
Okay.
we do. I mean, quietly, we do things like that. No, we have done that, but it's not a fundraiser. So thank you very much, everyone. That concludes my very long Don't throw your dollars at us.
Yeah.
Mike Clemens. So thank you. City managers report. I am so sorry that Ms. Davis is ill. How you feeling, Ms. Davis?
You're gonna make her talk?
No.
Don't talk, Ms. Davis. Forget I asked.
Do it some sort of.
Mr.
don't
Brown.
Yeah, not necessary.
Okay.
Not necessary.
As you mentioned, she's not feeling well. So I hope she gets better soon.
I know you do.
Just have three things. Shayla Ellis, Deputy City Clerk, was inducted as a Paul Craig Athenian Fellow, highest recognition in the Athenian Leadership Society. The dialogue conversations are unique because they explore leadership principles and practice. Also, Melissa Coyne, our city clerk, which we celebrated earlier, was reelected as the secretary for the Palm Beach County Municipal Clerks Association. And also the Business Advisory Board meeting is this Thursday, October 19th at 6 p.m. right here at City Hall in the conference room.
So will you be manning that since Carmen is technically the she's the city
If she's not
liaison, if
feeling
she's not
better.
gonna be able to attend?
I have not had that conversation with Carmen yet,
Okay,
but more than likely.
okay.
We will talk about it.
Oh, okay.
I will definitely be there if she needs to be there for sure.
Thank you.
That's all.
Thank you. Mr. Tresivia, do you have a report?
No
City-
report.
No report. Okay. Madam Clerk, do we have any public comments, non-agenda items? I have one card here.
I guess my only comment is.
Oh, wait.
7:45 on Halloween, is that the second performance?
No, it's 7:45 on the 27th.
Okay,
And
want to be there on my video.
please do. It really, we dress up. We go full witch drag on that one. It is witch drag.
I do have 4 comments in here, Madam Mayor.
You have, okay, great. We're gonna take the folks, but you do not have any other report than that, Mr. Tresivia? That's it?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So public comments. The first one up is Ms. Pam Triola.
Good evening, Commissioners, Mayor. We have been
And
election.
name and elect.
Oh,
name
sorry.
And address, please.
It's been a while.
You should
Sorry.
know
Pam Trio Oak Lane, 524 Muirfield Drive
In
in
Atlanta.
Atlantis. Thanks. The elections coming up in March, our municipal elections. And the last election cycle that we had was a little confusing. The charter is our Bible, it's our constitution, it's what we follow. And there was some confusion last time around. And I wanted to make sure that staff and the city attorney and the city clerk all got on the same page, as well as the supervisor of elections, because you have a piece of information that states that someone must be a citizen of the city of Lake Worth Beach for a certain amount of months prior to qualifying to run for office. There have been people that have qualified that were not citizens of the city of Lake Worth Beach at that time. When I asked during this period if this was qualified, the city clerk told me it was not her job to vet candidates. I then said, "Who told you that?" She said, "The city attorney." So I called the city attorney, and the city attorney said, "It's not their job to vet candidates." So I said, "Well, whose job is it?" And he said, "It's the supervisor of elections." So I called the supervisor of elections and I said, "Whose job is it to vet candidates?" And she said, "It's not our job to vet candidates. It's the city clerk's job." So this has slipped through the cracks, and it is what it is. The past is history. I'm not looking to make a statement here. I'm looking to prevent this from happening in the future. Either that or change the charter, because it's been around and it's been enforced for a long period of time. It should continue to be enforced. If not, hell, I'm running for office. Thank you.
Thank you. Miss Peggy Fisher?
Peggy Fisher, 8th Street, Lake Worth Beach. She's exactly right. As I found out in the city of West Palm Beach. And it's happened here, and a lot of people know that it's happened here. And there are a lot of eyes now watching every election. So, proclamations, you all like proclamations. So I think you missed some. You missed that this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. You missed that.
Did it already.
How about World Teachers Day?
I don't do the pop quiz.
No, but I'm just saying, we like to have all these proclamations. So there are lots of special days, special months that could include the totality of Lake Worth. And I want to correct one thing. Native American Indian Month, Heritage Month. That applies to Navajos, Cherokee, Sioux, Chippewa, Choctaw, Apache, Pueblo, the Iroquois, Creeks, and Blackfeet. Those are the Native American Indians that that proclamation was for. And we have people who have Native American Indian blood within them, and or that's part of their heritage. And it's important to recognize all people in the city of Lake Worth Beach. We have in the past a very present Finnish population here. I've never heard a proclamation recognizing in December Finnish Independence Day, recognizing that community. We need to be all inclusive and not be inclusive to one segment of our community. We need to include everyone. I'm part Danish. I'm part Irish. I'm part English. I have an ancestor buried in Cambridge who was an American colonist. So there are lots of things that we sort of focus one way and exclude others. And I think we should be more exclusive, and I think we should be accurate in proclamations we make and who they represent. Thank you.
Thank you. Madam Clerk?
Yes, Madam Mayor. The first comment that I have is from Irene Katz at 418 North Federal Highway, Unit 28. I am pleased to hear the city is extending the lease for the Head Start program. This program is essential to support working families that are needed in our community. This is government as it needs to be, working for the people. The second comment that I have is from J. Canella Marcus at 1224 16th Avenue North. Thank you to Vice Mayor McVoy and the other commissioners who initiated the renewal of Head Start's lease. I was gravely disappointed with the previous city decision where Head Start was denied a renewal to stay in the Osborne Community Center. Head Start assists families with early childhood education, health, nutrition, and parent involvement with low-income children. In order to support working-class families, the city must support essential social service programs like Head Start. As a neighbor and lifelong resident, I give full support to Head Start and encourage the city to align to their cause. To the Head Start residents, love you and hope you stay in Lake Worth Beach. The third comment that I have is from Kristen Reed at 1325 North N Street. It says, on Friday, October 13th, while playing with my daughter, I witnessed 4 unleashed dogs urinate on the playground mulch with their owners watching. This is highly unsanitary and unsafe for children. Dog waste can carry harmful bacteria, viruses, and parasites, including E. coli, Salmonella, Giardia, and roundworms, all which can cause serious illness in humans. Children who are more likely to come into contact with contaminated mulch and soil while playing are especially at risk. Additionally, rainwater can wash pet waste into storm drains and into water bodies. This contaminates the water, harms aquatic life, and can even affect our drinking water. As it breaks down, pet waste also releases excess nutrients into the soil. These nutrients can cause harmful algae blooms, depleting oxygen levels and harming aquatic ecosystems. I know many people are against a fence, but with these potential health risks, it's clear we need to keep dogs off the playground for the health and safety of the kids. I'm asking the city to put a sign stating dogs are not permitted to urinate or defecate on the Bryant Park playground mulch and reconsider the ground cover used for this play area to something more sanitary that will not absorb dog waste. And the final comment that I have is from Satya Orstein at 119 Gulfview Road. I have recently learned that the city has chosen to extend the lease of Head Start at the community center. I'm very happy to hear this. I want to thank Commissioner McVoy in particular for helping ensure that Head Start can remain. This is a really important service for working families in Lake Worth Beach. Please ensure that they can continue to stay in the community center. Those are all of the comments that I have on any item tonight, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. And I just want to clarify this Head Start thing, which was, very dramatic 2 weeks ago. At the time of the meeting last week, Ms. Davis had already been in communication and negotiations with Head Start. So the demonstration that we had here, interesting though it was based on miscommunication. They had already been talking about it. It's been extended. It's all fine. It got very, as things happen, it got very emotional, but there was never any kicking out of Head Start. So thank you.
No, Madam Mayor, you made a comment. I would like to make a comment. At the time.
No. All I said was,
There was a letter. that
There was a letter.
sent To the services canceling their lease and telling them to get their stuff out.
yes, I
On
know there was a
November
letter. I read the letter, but
That
I'm.
letter was sent
Mr.
out to them.
McVoy, will you
No,
let me finish?
I'm sorry.
Mr. McVoy, please stop talking.
I do not like somebody altering the record.
I'm not altering the record. I'm not denying that the letter was sent out, but the letter was sent out on September 2nd. But by the
No,
time,
it was sent out on September 21st.
but by the time it was done, by the time that all happened here, there were already negotiations about keeping them here. So that's, of course, we know there was a letter, but
And the
Miss
letter was
Miss
very
Davis,
drastic,
Miss-
45 days.
I understand. Thank you.
Well, the reason that parents came is that they were
not informed that they were already negotiating. That's the end of the story. Thank you. Okay, we're next. Approval of minutes.
Motion to approve.
Do we have a second?
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Consent agenda. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
New business contract with GT Supplies for the repair and maintenance of city solid waste dumpsters and roll-off containers.
Motion to
Miss-
approve.
Motion approved. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Very good.
Thank you.
Last but not least, and this is another home rule thing that you're talking about. We had passed we were trying to protect our tenants and we passed an ordinance about timeframes and stuff. On July 1st, a new state law went into effect saying that we can no longer make it is state statute only that governs landlord tenant situations. And so tonight we have to repeal the ordinance. May we have a reading, please?
Ordinance number 2023-19 is an ordinance of the city of Lake Worth Beach, Florida, repealing chapter 20 civil rights, article 4 landlord tenant notice requirements, section 20-20 required fair written notice of termination of monthly residential tenancy without specific duration, and section 20-21 required fair written notice of rental payment increases for residential tenancy due to preemption by the state of Florida, providing for severability, conflicts, codification, and effective date and other purposes.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve
Do I-
reluctantly.
Well,
Begrudgingly, I second.
yeah, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.